All right. We're back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. Yes, it is Friday. Y'all know what that means. It's OCTANE Friday. And we got another good one today. Man, it has been a week, has it not, here at Song of the Day? So many good bands and so many more to come. I got a list. It's insane what I got. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, so you guys are going to have to hang with me because I see no end to this as long as I have a computer, I guess, because even if you stop listening, I'm still doing it, right? Then, first, I get a plan. Then we go and watch the Go-Go's Showtime documentary last night, and then I'm thinking, I gotta do something on that, because I always like the Go-Go's and I like a lot of their songs. Then I hear the part about how when they were coming up as a punk band, they opened up for Madness and the Specials in the UK. What? And they became good friends? That's insane. I can't. I already did my Madness episode. I'm doing a Specials episode. But the Go-Go's were in the mix. If you haven't seen that Showtime documentary, you watch it this weekend. It is so good. I love it because they have original footage. How do they get original footage from the whiskey back then? I mean, that's what I love about it. That's why I love the Tom Petty documentary. What's it called? Anyway, I'll come up with it. The Tom Petty documentary. Running Down a Dream, sorry. So good because it's all original stuff, right? Good stuff. So anyway, I digress. I say that, right? So what do we got going on today? Well, OCTANE Friday, and some of you know, I mean, Becca, you messaged me yesterday and said, Mark, did you know this? I need you to know if you know this. And I was like, oh yeah, I know this. And I said yesterday on Song of the Day for Toad, great band. I said 2 albums were released on this date and year, and that one of them was epic and for today. So we're going to get started on that in just a second. But how'd you all like Toad? How'd you like Regina Spektor? Regina Spektor, awesome. I mean, right? It's good stuff. So I got it playing right here. I got it playing on my speakers, and I got the shirt. We're talking August 27th, 1991. Pearl Jam releases the album 10 to change all of our lives, right? I mean, come on, this album is insanely good. It's probably a story that you guys all know, because if you love this album, you already know the story, and you've probably all watched the documentary Pearl Jam 20. And if you haven't, do that too this weekend. You're watching Pearl Jam 20 and the Go-Go's. That's what you're doing. Solved. So here we go. This is going to be like a 12-minute video. So just settle in, grab your coffee. You're going to need it. So Pearl Jam. We were going back before Pearl Jam. Stone Gossard, Jeff Ament. They're in a band called Green River until 1987. Then they move on to the band Mother Love Bone. I can go on. I'm going to go on about Mother Love Bone for a second, but if you don't know them, you better hop to it and get to it, because anyway. All I got to say is Chloe, Crown of Thorns. One of the most epic songs I've ever heard. We love this song in our house. We play it. Sarah and I just turn that thing up. It is so good. If you don't know Chloe, Crown of Thorns, that is that loneliness that you're feeling in your heart, that you can't figure out why you feel sad. And then now you're going to go ahead and listen to that, and it's going to be filled. Listen to that today. So anyway, Andrew Wood, singer, dies, Mother Love Bone, drug overdose, on the eve of their album release. Total and complete chaos. Gossard and Ament don't play together for months. They're grieving. Finally, months later, they decide to sit down and start playing. And they get a kind of start hanging out with Mike McCready, you know, a little bit. They're starting to try to figure that out. Then they're like, Matt Cameron from Soundgarden and Chris Friel, we'll just do some stuff. Those are two drummers. We'll make different records, different instrumentals with these two drummers. We're just playing around, right? So they make a demo of just instrumentals, and somehow or another, I don't know how, Eddie Vedder in San Diego gets a hold of this demo tape of instrumentals, and he goes surfing, does whatever he does, and he writes lyrics to these instrumentals. And then he decides that he's gonna send it back to them and try to get it back to them. So they get it back to them, and he's written lyrics to what would be Black, Alive, Once, and Footsteps. The band hears this and they fly him up, and they're like, we're gonna check you out. At that time, they actually are forming a band, and it's called Mookie Blaylock. Mookie Blaylock, NBA basketball player, Atlanta Hawks, drafted by the Nets, right? There's my phone. Hold on. All right, that's a first. So, Mookie Blaylock, that's their band name. Fast forward just for a second. The reason why they can't keep it because they're worried about calling themselves someone's name. What's Mookie Blaylock's jersey number? Number 10. Okay, all right. So he gets the job. The album's mixed in like a month. I mean, they start recording, they're doing this stuff. Cheap budget, they only have like 25 grand, that's what they do for that, and then it's like another 75 grand for the mixing, whatever. I mean, it wasn't a ton of money. The album comes out, slow sales. I mean, some reviews good, some are terrible. Some say this is hashed stuff, we're not impressed. So, Red Hot Chili Peppers, they're touring, and one of the guys used to play with Red Hot Chili Peppers, so he contacts them and says, hey, can we tour with you? So they say sure. So who opens up for Red Hot Chili Peppers for that tour? Was Blood Sugar Magic Tour. It's Nirvana, Pearl Jam, and Smashing Pumpkins kind of rotated or at the same time. I mean, that's pretty epic, right? But the reason why they bring Nirvana is because they're saying Pearl Jam isn't a big enough name, so let's bring in a bigger name. And so they're bringing them in, and then Smashing Pumpkins bails, and so Pearl Jam stays on the bill. So this album slowly gaining speed. You know, I mean, it took 1 year to get into the top 10, a whole year. After 2 years, it's still the 8th selling best album in the country. 2 years in, it's trying to get to number 1. 1992, a year later, 1992, it gets up to number 2, and it's sitting there, and who's preventing them from going to number 1? Anyone know this? Achy Breaky Heart. Achy Breaky Heart. Billy Ray Cyrus' number 1 album for 17 weeks that year. That keeps Pearl Jam from going to number 1. Just think about that for a minute. Anyway, so the record finally, after 2 years, is just picking up steam. They're starting to get a big deal. So they're nominated for a Grammy in 1993. The album comes out in 91, and it's nominated in 93 for a Grammy. How about that for late? Better late than never. So we're in the record store, and I just remember this record, and it was just so good. It's just like every song, you would put it on to play in the store, and there was never a time that you didn't want to hear what was playing. And as a matter of fact, every time you heard a song, you were like, this song is excellent, this song is excellent, this song is excellent. I mean, it just went on and on and on. It's like your greatest hits. It was just so refreshing to have such great music playing, right? So good. So when Sarah and I met, 93 and into 94, we get a chance to see Pearl Jam in concert And they're going to be playing the Springfield Civic Center, 1994, general admission. And I got connections because I work at Record Town, certain kinds of music people, and the ones who work at record stores are a different kind of person. You're going to learn that, or if you haven't already, about me. And I said, this is in Springfield though, so I called the Springfield Record Town and I said, hey, can you pull the first 2 tickets that come out with a machine? That's how it had to be back then. And we'll be up there. And she said, yeah, but you got to come up here to get it. And it was during the work week, so we were just like, we're leaving, get in the car, drive from Enfield to Springfield to get these tickets. General admission, get our tickets, go to this show. What a show. I mean, this is one of my second oldest concert shirt. General admission, make our way up to the stage. We are at the stage. My hands are on the barrier. Sarah's standing in front of me, and I am standing like this. And all night long, we got Eddie Vedder and Pearl Jam right in front of our faces. And we got people being passed over us all night long, hitting us in the head. And when the surge would come forward, we'd start to get crushed against the barrier. But I was like, there's no way we're leaving this spot. So I would just put my arms on the barrier and just push back like this and just like make room for Sarah. And we stayed that whole show. And what a show. I mean, that's one of the few shows, there's only a handful that we can say we were at, like right on the edge or at the beginning of greatness. Pearl Jam in the front against the stage, 1994. Amazing, epic, whatever you want to call it. It was awesome. So, whew, we're at 12 minutes. We're going on a record here. Sorry. What do we got for songs on this record? Once, Even Flow, Alive, Why Go, Black, Jeremy, Oceans, Porch, Garden, Deep, Release. So many songs that what got thrown out? One of the songs that got thrown out, Yellow Lead Better. What? That was a throwaway? That was a B-side? That was a B-side to Jeremy from the UK. I got the CD single. Post a picture of that. We had to buy the CD single import from another country to get the song Yellow Lead Better. 3 or 4 songs on a single for $12, and that's what we would play to get Yellow Lead Better. And not only that, on that album, the song Alive is their actual demo recording. They could not get that song to go. They basically tried 50, 60, 70 takes, could not. And they were like, "This, I'm just not happy with this." So they used the demo of, they used the demo of Alive, and they just added the drums at the end. Even Flow. Never happy with that one as well. So many takes. So unhappy with it. Different drummer. They finally re-recorded. I mean, they said they recorded it so many times. 70 takes, whatever it was. They started hating each other over this song. And so they redid it. They remixed it for the soundtrack to the singles with Dave Abruzzi on drums. And that's the different version you hear on the single soundtrack. All right. So, how do you pick a song of the day on this record? Well, I mean, obviously I'm going to play some different versions, but I mean, first of all, they played unplugged. We got an unplugged import CD that was bootlegged that we sold tons of because it was unplugged. That's how good this was. So the black version unplugged. So good. So, I mean, what's your song of the day? If you have to pick one from Pearl Jam 10, could you pick one to play? Tell me below which the one you would pick. Is it going to be Jeremy? Is it Once? Is it Even Flow? Which one is it? Is it Black? I don't know. So I guess I'm going to have to go with, I didn't even decide before I recorded this. I just went with it. We're going to go with Alive, because that's the one, that's the one it should be. Alive is like your main song of the day. But let me tell you, sleeper on this album, Black. Black was supposed to release as a single. The record company said, let's release this as a single. The band said, nope, not going to do it. It's too personal. We won't release it. We're not doing a 4th single. And they never did, and the radio stations played it anyway, and it went to number 3. How about that? Went to number 3, no single. I think that Deep is insanely good on this record. I listened to that song so many times. It's probably one of my favorite songs by them. So Deep, we're playing that below. That's one of my favorite songs by them. So we're gonna do Alive, right? We'll put that first, but we're gonna put Deep. We're gonna put some other ones on there, but Deep is probably my favorite. Tell me about your Pearl Jam stories. This is 15 minutes. This is a record right here. Speaking of records, this is a record. Thanks for hanging with me. But this record, this album, just so epic, so good. I mean, Pearl Jam, still around. Everyone loves Pearl Jam, right? If you don't love Pearl Jam, I don't know. You got an issue. But I want to see your Pearl Jam comments below. I want to know what you think. Did you see them? We've seen them many times. What was your favorite show? What's your favorite song from this record? Let's talk. Tell me about it. Whew. All right. Octane Friday, as usual. We'll see you on the flip side.